Hi, my name is Danielle and this is my vlog number 4. I'm here to talk about the macro and the micro and how this relates to my work and me. Before starting the micro and macro, I just like to say that I'm doing, besides the vlogs, and I'm doing the diver logs, which are the original name for these blogs, vlogs, things. It's inspired by the captains in the ships doing the everyday logs on how the trip was going, so that they could have like a black box of information if something happened, or for the captain to have a memory plan and things like that. I'm the diver because I chose to dive in this sea of information, which is the internet and the web. It became clear that when I made the diver, since that day I decided that I was going to do this diver logs, which is a making as we go, what I do in that log, or extra information about the meaning of that log and the message. And I think I'm getting better at that. Sometimes I lose my way in this describing how the surroundings around me and the places that I'm showing, because I still don't know in which direction these diver logs are going. Let's go to the macro and micro thing that I would like to say. So let's put this in perspective. To make sense of a good ego, let's call it the self, because ego has a bad connotation. Okay, I relate to me in a process that I do since I'm a child, which is I always imagine myself here, wherever I am, and then I do the work as from the smallest thing that I know to the biggest thing that I know that exists. As small as a grain of sand, cells and things going smaller and smaller and smaller, and then I just come back to me, and then I just go trees, whales, clouds, planet, solar system, galaxy, and just do that over and over. As I was growing and getting this information about the world around me, I just realized that the scales are so vast, and it influences your perspective on life. I think this is a good exercise for us to imbalance our ego and to teach him and to put the ego, the self, in a perspective. And this perspective for of the ego gives him responsibility over my actions and respect of others' existing skills. If you put yourself on that perspective, rubber band, from the smaller to the biggest thing, you just respect them more in a way, because I think this exercise, which is, it's like the neurons doing an exercise. It helps the mind to stay fresh in the perspective of respecting the world around you. All the beings, all the things that I know that exist are in their own way selves. They all have egos. They all exist here, so they all have the right to be respected by that. And also, this is important because this internet thing connect us in a way that, so we feel as an individual for sure, but we know that inside of us there are beings, because we made this macro and micro thing. So if you go first, you need to go inside of you, and you just think about your skin, which are made of cells. Cells are made of DNA, and DNA is made of blah, blah, blah. I don't know the names now, but I leave a video of those scales on below the description here on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube, go to the YouTube link. This makes you think that, for example, your organ like your stomach or your heart, these organs have neurons too, so they think on their way and they communicate with each other by electric message in your body that goes from the brain to the organs to the brain, and so they themselves are made of a lot of cells, but they think as themselves or they work as themselves as one, even though they are made of a lot of them. So in a way, you are made of a lot of beings that are doing their life in consideration of their own necessities, and they depend on something bigger than them to work, and we behave the same way. We depend on temperature, we depend, which is the sun, and the rotation of the planet. We depend on the planet a lot to exist. We depend on plants, we depend on other things to exist here. We are not self-sufficient in that way, not from the outside perspective and not from the inside perspective at all. And so if you do that exercise, I think that we have to respect that all sizes have their own existence here. Bacteria and viruses and you name it. You just have to search for that, because I don't have the names right here. I'm nervous with this vlog thing. If you don't know, I'm always nervous in these vlogs things, because this is not easy to talk about these things. I wish that I will get better. This is my 4th, which is the 5 actually, because I always start with 0. With that in mind, with that perspective of the big and the small, my work, it goes a little bit like that. So I consider every piece of work that I do that begins like an idea, that becomes a concept that will form a way of communication. So an idea becomes a concept, and then a form of communication when I put it outside. It becomes information in that way, which will be interpreted by the observer. Well, the vlogs are this strange event that started all this new expression for myself, which is more in real time. These vlogs are being exceptional because of that. Yeah, it's a new scale. It's like a new scale of working. Since the last vlog, I didn't plan it, but I made this relationship about my notebooks and the vlogs and the drawings, and then my brain just clicked and it says, yes, it's true. Because of that became true, what emerged was this need to be a little bit more communicated with myself again. So rediscovering myself, because I was stopped for so many years, and when I started, now somehow these connections in my brain just start to electrify my mind, and I'm having the need to have a more complex vlogs for myself. About the dates and the deadlines, I've been missing all of them since the last vlog. Almost like 1 vlog per week, which is not so much. Yeah, now I don't want to give you dates or a day or anything like that. And I'm sorry that I'm breaking this line, but I'm creating a new line, a new order of creation, which it's called chaos. The chaotic reality of things will be revealed with time. Stars in the sky, they look chaotic, random in a way, but when you go outside, that's why this relates to the micro and macro. When you go outside, they become a galaxy. There's always this macro and micro. When you observe in the wrong timing, it can look chaos. But chaos, it's just a new order, more organic order of things, because even if you look at Earth, which is mineral and organic matter, if you go outside, if you push yourself outside of that, you will realize that it becomes a continent or a piece of land in the water, an island, something like that. The way that there's an organization, checking out the Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio and all those things, nothing is random, but in the beginning, it doesn't seem logic. Just imagine that I'm doing the beginning of the spiral, something like that. Feel that I have to respect my needs more than honoring a timeline, like if I was a TV channel or anything like that. And vlogs, because of the music element, it demands more respect for me. So it's going to be 1 vlog per week, even though this week there was no vlog at all. This is what I chose to do, and thank you so much for being with me on this journey, on this ship, on this cruiser. We will do around the world as many times as we can. Okay, I didn't talk about... Okay, so the main reason which I will do the vlogs once a week now, it's because I want to inform you that I'm starting the new, I don't want to say anything that I will be sorry, so give me a moment. I promise I'm starting the pass to eject now. So to do that, I need more time for it, of course. The flow of videos, the flow of videos will be more, but will be on different ships. It's just like the Mogs is one ship, pass to eject will be a bigger cruiser. The diver logs are in a way a rescue ship. But for now, I need time for production. Until I have the crystal cave ready, I will make the set now and put it ready, and I think I'm ready now to elaborate this expression on the internet on what she's doing, what is this new reborn, what it means pass to eject. And thanks to the blogs and the exposition that I've been pushing myself to be, to reach more people in a way, creativity is a state of mind which you are always happily involved with things. See you in the next vlog or mlog or whatever log. Bye bye. Thank you.